18th.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another 3 Parts of the Birdie podcast, episode
It's here.
89.
You've been eagerly waiting.
And before we get farther, please subscribe now to the channel.
Right now. We need that $1 million, dude. $1 million a subscriber.
We have a few things to talk about per usual. Sony Open recap that we want to cover. This week's tournament going on. Pretty interesting having 3 different golf courses that they're playing at.
Yes.
So we want to talk a little bit about that. Cody found some interesting stuff about Angel Cabrera. So he wants to bring up
trying to play in the Masters. Cabrera.
We'll see. And then, I don't know, we'll go from there. We have, obviously, the word of the day and a few other things.
Yeah, we'll just keep going.
Yeah, let's do it. How you feeling today, Cody?
Well, you know, I was feeling really good, and then I walked in, and you guys got me absolutely barbecued.
Ooh, yeah.
So
we did.
I'm trying to pull myself together right now on live TV. And by live TV, I mean this podcast.
It's tough.
So we'll figure it out. You know, this happens every time. And by, like, minute 10 or 15 when we're rolling, I feel like everything's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so give me like 10, 15 minutes. and then,
just settle
and then everything will feel okay. For now, it just feels like, you know, if I say the wrong thing, it's just exacerbated that much more, even though it's not actually.
You're overthinking it.
Yeah. It's just so funny.
When you get super baked like that, I tend to like overthink everything. Every sentence, every word, everything that comes out of my mouth, I overthink. Oh, yeah.
You know, it's funny, and I get really good at it because I talk to my boss while I'm, you know, baked at work. So, like, I have to get good at zoning in and talking to them and looking them in their eyes like, all right, you know.
You don't ever think of like, bro, my eyes right now aren't even opened.
No, well, the glasses help for sure. But also, you know, sound confident when you talk. Hey, we're going to be doing this, and we're doing that, and we're doing this. You got any questions? And then they're like, nope, that sounds good. Not like, hey, I was thinking about maybe possibly. No. This is what we're doing. Okay, cool. You sound pretty confident. Okay, I'll ride with it. They're not going to be like, are you okay? Or, you know, and I'm also happy the whole time. Like, So that doesn't change. It's not like I'm like, a somber person for the most part, and then I get baked, and then I'm just fucking lucky go happy. I'm that way just naturally the whole time. So
you are that way all the time.
So it's hard for them to really see the difference. I get nervous at the end of Sober October every year because I do all of Sober October. I talk to them sober all month, and then November 1st hits, November 2nd hits. I get high at work. And I'm ripped at work because it's the first or second day back.
Yeah, that just hits you 10 times harder.
And I'm freaking talking to them.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. Like, I haven't done it for years and years.
Those highs to me, like, I get so high, my body almost feels fatigued. Like I just got done working out or something.
Like it's wearing you down.
Like the high is too much for my body. It's like, oh my God, dude, you're just not used to this.
Just sit still.
You need to chill out, bro. Drink a water. Chill the fuck out.
Yeah, you gotta have a coffee with those fresh ones when you first get out of Sober October. But yeah, so things like stoned and still be high when I was marrying Haley and Tristan. That is one thing I was like, I need to be sober. No beers. Smart. Actually, I might have sipped a beer, but like nothing really, because you know that was the ultimate, you know, test of like public speaking that I think I've ever done. Actually, I've done some emceeing for like award shows during the military time, and you know we have a couple hundred people in there. So I guess that was the same.
That would not be my territory.
Yeah, it was not that like. For seconds in, Haley slowed down to me as she's standing in front of me as I'm marrying them. Cody, slow down. That's what she said to me. I swear to God.
Because you're just rambling.
Because I was going. Thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen. Blah 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 blah. Please be seated. My name is Cody. And I was going, and she's like, Cody, slow down. And then I slowed down, and then everything was smooth. You know, it was just
you were
perfect.
Quick with the chatter. Huh?
I was quick, man. I was quick with off the gun. Fuck, you know, dude. I was a little nervous. But I knew that I could do it, but, you know.
Well, you want to know what's funny? Because, like, that's always why I try to get you into the podcast right away. Like, I'll do my quick introduction, and I'm like, I got to bring Cody into this right now, because if I don't start, you know, asking him questions or getting him actually into this, like, it's going to take him even longer to get into a conversation. Just fade away. So it's like, all right, Cody, how you doing today? Yeah. And it's like, you know, open up with that, and then you can kind of flow into everything else.
I really like talking, but I forget how much I like talking when I get high because I get so nervous until I start talking.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, man, this is cool. This is easy. I'm learning things. You know, I'm saying the right words. I'm articulating exactly what I'm thinking the right way. You know, so it's fun. But, you know, I get nervous, man. I get nervous. We all get nervous for all sorts of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I go to meet a girl, like on a date, you know, and I pull up and I park and we're, you know, the restaurant's right there. I'm like freaking. And I know that I'm going to be able to hold the conversation. But even then, I'm still like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy
Yeah.
shit, holy shit,
Yeah.
holy shit. Don't sound like an idiot. And I know I won't, but I still do. You know, I still freak out. So it's funny. But
Right.
yeah, that's what happens when you get really baked. So, no, get baked, actually. I was going to tell you guys not to get baked, but get baked. Why not?
Yeah, Jude, just get baked.
Yeah,
Get baked.
and overcome it. It's fun overcoming things when you're stoned. It is. It's a good time.
So we got the Sony Open recap. You know, obviously we want to talk about that. Pretty interesting ending to the tournament there. You had
Woo!
Keegan Bradley. I forgot what's On's name, his first name.
Ben Young On.
Ben Young On, and then
Yeah.
obviously
Grayson
Murray. You know, coming
What a
out
great story.
on top, and having to hear the backstory about Grayson Murray. You know, it's pretty interesting. Hot-headed kid. You know, when he was younger, getting into a little bit of trouble and stuff. And I want to read you this quote that I seen on Golf Now.
Okay.
And also, by the way, we know that he was 8 months sober, right?
Yes.
He was a
8
heavy
months
drinker.
sober.
Heavy
Yep.
drinker. I guess he got into drinking because of his anxiety and depression.
Yep.
And you know, that just was like really what stirred things down the, you know, the wrong way for him. But this thing kind of says, you know, he was a knucklehead, but he picked fights with his fellow players, exhibited uncouth behavior on the course, had a catty part midway through a round, spewed hate at
Really?
this underage woman. So obviously there were certainly there was
Guy's reckless.
there was times, you know, where he's, you know, had some pretty outrageous things and he's done some outlandish, you know, behavior.
I didn't know
Or
it went that far. I just thought
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
alcohol. I knew it was like an alcohol abuse situation, which we all know, listeners, us, we all know people who unfortunately suffer from that, and we can comprehend how that happens.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? How you can get down that rabbit
Right.
hole. But I thought it was just that. Not
So he
not
had a bunch
list
of incidents. I guess he crashed a scooter too that was real bad. I guess 2 of his relatives and his family were murdered, so he had, you know, there was some horrible like events that did happen
that
along with
kinda led
yeah,
to-
there were some traumatizing events, right?
course.
So, you know, he had all this go on. Rory McIlroy actually, if you can remember him, but some players making more money, you know,
Oh,
and
yeah,
getting
when the
higher
split
purses.
happened and
when
everything.
the split happened
Yep.
with Liv, yep, correct. Well, Grayson Murray was in the room with you know while all this was going on with Rory and all them, and then you know Grayson kind of had his take on it. Didn't like really
course.
what was going on because he's like, you know, what about the bottom players?
Right, what
You know,
about the
this and that.
150 to
and Rory
50?
Rory got, I guess, was just like, well, just play better golf,
Right.
you know. And just this past weekend at a tournament over in Europe, Rory McIlroy's
Yeah.
playing.
DP World Tour.
Hits a horrible on 18th hole.
Dude.
Hits a horrible tee shot
Hilarious.
into the water.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know if he made the cut over there.
Oh, you
whatever.
didn't hear what happened? Oh, bro. So Rory, yeah, he made the cut.
He did make the cut.
Rory had like first place locked up.
He blew it.
Three putts from 2 feet.
That's what it was. Okay, that's
And
what
Tommy
it was.
Fleetwood came in and swooped in and whoop.
Yeah, see, so I knew there was something about it. I didn't see. I
Yeah.
just seen like the tee shot. I heard a couple
So,
comments and stuff
Rory
like that.
was talking shit, basically saying play better golf. You know,
Yeah, and now Rory's playing shit golf,
Of
and then
course.
Grayson just comes out and wins.
and gets
so
the win.
I think
he capitalizes
sounds
and
like,
Rory falls apart in the same
sounds
way.
like Grayson's doing what he needs to do and is
Exactly.
actually doing his job.
Oh,
But
yeah.
now let's see: is this 9 months or 8 months sobriety? Is he still going to continue to be the right person? Because right now this is still early on in his sobriety stages.
It is. Less than a year in, you know, it's still, I'm assuming, a large challenge. But it seems like he has the gall and the discipline to do it. You know, 8 months is nothing to scoff at. That's a long time. I think that he can continue to do it. He's got a lot of
As I
support
sip my
behind
beer.
him. I know, right? And now that he's got more money coming in, you know, I'm sure that was close to $1 million.
Oh yeah.
That will help stabilize his life even more. I don't know if he was lacking in money or not. I'm not sure, but like that helps. So when people are in better situations, they tend to take care of themselves better. You know what I mean?
Right.
When they're more well off or have better abilities to get to different things, they usually take care of themselves better. And now that he has a little bit more money, he might be able to take care of himself a little bit better. So we'll see.
What just happened to this?
I don't know. Go check. Thank you, Teresa. I'll keep chit-chatting. So, it came down. I was watching it on Sunday. It was pretty cool. I had both TVs going, and I think he was a stroke or two behind, like 3 or 4 holes back. Came down, tied it up, shot well. They go to a one-hole playoff. Well, it could have been more, but they go to a playoff. First hole, it's 3-man playoff, like he said. Keegan Bradley, Ben Young on, and Grayson Murray. Par 5. They all three hit pretty good drives for the most part. Second shot, Keegan, I'm pretty sure, pulls it into the stands on the left. Ben Young hits a great 3-wood. Rolls it up to the green just short in the rough. And it's kind of like a turtle shell, so he's got to chip it up and kind of get it up on the hill and have it stay. And then Grayson Murray, I think he went left. I think he went left into the rough and then chipped up. So he had a long birdie putt. He had the longest of the putts. So Grayson Murray had the longest putt. Keegan Bradley had the second longest, and then Ben Young stuck it to 5.5 feet. So Grayson Murray steps up, sinks his fucking putt. 36 feet, I think, or something like that. Crazy. Awesome fucking putt. Shad and I are watching it. Shad's like, what the fuck, dude? It was sick. Then Keegan Bradley steps up, has a 15-footer, misses it. And I mean misses it. It doesn't even touch the hole. So he's out of it. And I'm telling Shad this whole time as we're going through the course, I'm telling him the odds. Oh, man, good job in the drive. All right, Keegan Bradley's got the advantage right now, Shad, based on their drive. This is where they're at. This is where Ben Young's at. He's got a harder shot. You never know how it comes out of the road.
Yeah.
And Ben Young, 5 feet away, he chipped it. One of these two have to make it. Murray makes it. And then I'm like, all right, Keegan missed it. On's probably going to put it in. They'll go to a second playoff. On misses it. And I mean missed it too. He missed it worse than Keegan Bradley. He missed it by inches. It was crazy. I was like, dude, I can't believe he just missed that. He nestled it up there fucking no more than 6 or 7 feet.
That's
no
crazy.
No more. And I'm thinking closer to 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed it.
The only thing I seen on that was when Keegan threw it into the stands. That's the only thing I seen.
Yeah, threw it in the stands on his second shot.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But you get the free drop. Which, genius. Throw it into the stands. You get a free drop, okay, chip it up close. And then you should have the tap-in birdie,
Yeah.
Ben Young on.
Yeah.
You should.
Right.
But, yeah, Keegan didn't even chip it that close. He had a little too much check on it. He chipped it about halfway to the hole. Let's say it was a 30-yard chip. He chips it halfway to the hole, 15 yards. It only rolled out 5 yards. So he left himself, like I said, 15, 16-footer when it could have been a 7-footer.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah, crazy ending. Crazy ending, honestly. I love that Steve Texas, Keegan Bradley's going to win it.
I know.
And then doesn't win it at all.
I don't know what's going on with this. It just stopped recording and stuff, so I don't know. We're probably not going to get video. And then this thing just said card error on there, so now it's probably skipping on the audio. Just went off.
Well, yeah, I mean,
so shit's just happening today. It's just not our day for podcasting.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
Oh, it's brutal. Yeah, that was interesting, though. I was like, wow. Especially when, it's funny. Keegan Bradley always seems to fuck up his leads every time. He's always either close to getting first and then just keeps falling farther back instead of getting to that first place spot, or he's in the lead and then drops back to third or fourth place,
Right.
Always. So when they were going into a playoff hole, I basically counted Keegan Bradley out from the beginning. As bad as it is and as horrible as it is to say,
fucked.
dude, I was like, I wonder what his playoff record is. Any faith or confidence in that guy right now. If I had to, a gun to my head, say that he was going to finish first in that playoff or win the event, no way. I would have chose no.
So you gave him worst odds of the 3?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
On would have fucked. I had On.
I thought On was going to get it.
I had him.
He's been playing great.
But in Grayson Murray, I didn't know anything about him until after he actually won the tournament, and then I started getting little snippets of him here and there, reading articles about his past and whatnot. But honestly, it's like, yeah, just Keegan Bradley. He just seems like he's always letting me down.
You know what's funny?
Never. Like, I don't even think he made a top 10 last year.
Keegan had a great year last year because he was supposed to get the Justin Thomas spot. The year before, he didn't play that well.
That's what it was. It was the year before. Year before.
But last year, he played well. I think he had 2 wins last year. But yes, the year before, he was a ghost.
It was crazy. I'm like...
So his playoff record is 3-2, which is funny because when I first learned about Keegan Bradley, everybody was like, oh yeah, 2011 PGA champ. Like, that was his first major. He came on the scene then, and it was just like, this guy might blow up. It happens all the time to golfers. Yeah. I learned that as a golfer.
Oh yeah.
If somebody wins 1 or 2, and this is the next Tiger.
Yep.
So he wins that. He won that in a playoff. I didn't realize that. He beat Jason Duffner. So 2011 PGA Championship, he did win that one. But yes, Daddy. He hasn't won a playoff event since 2018. That's 6 years. So, and that was against Justin.
I didn't even
Rose.
know his playoff record was that good, bro.
Yeah, 3-2.
Just was not. I don't know. I just never see anything that's crazy out of him.
Yeah, so I know, right? So that's what's going on with Keegan Bradley, but yeah, he
and last year he was just always on the line. He was always on that.
Yeah.
That top 10 line. He was close, you know. Yeah, he had a couple. You know, he had his
right couple.
But
I think he won in like over on the East Coast, like Dover or something.
I felt like I seen Matthew Fitzpatrick name around a lot. Just not towards the end of the year. Like, it wasn't around. But like
not towards the end of the year.
And then like
beginning. Because he had won that major at the end of the year before. So like last year we were like, all right, he's about to ride high, and then
yeah, we did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what you expect, but it just goes to show that like it's so hard to just keep it going. You know what I mean? It's so hard to get 1, to get 2. And really, 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 really hard to get 3 wins in a year, you know? So when they do, it's kind of crazy. And we think that they're just going to walk on water for forever, but they come back down to earth, i.e. Scotty Scheffler's putting. So
even Rory McIlroy, everybody was like, oh, this amazing guy. Well,
right, of course.
This dude's struggling.
Yeah.
He's struggling.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's the better of them for sure that I'd say that came out. Like, around Jordan Spieth, all the talk that was around JT when he was younger.
Yes.
All the talk that was around Ricky when he, became pro. It's like everyone had all this talk, but Rory, actually had, he has wins to back it up.
Oh, he does. So he's the most successful of all of them. Right. I agree. But, lately he hasn't been my favorite person, but,
no.
No. That's just... It just sucks when people, they are who they are. It's fine. It's, some people you like better than others, and some you don't like as much as others based on just who they are. And unfortunately, Rory just doesn't seem to be, what would be the word? It's kind of like empathetic, I guess. Like he's in his own bubble. I don't know. You'd think he's from like LA or some shit. But.
Yeah. He really is.
Yeah, I don't know. Hollywood's got to him or something. I don't know. But we'll see. It's going to be a fun tournament. I think, is he in the American Express? Do you know?
I don't think so. If he is, nobody's talked about him. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I don't know if he is. So we'll have to see.
He's a nobody right now. Isn't that funny? Well, New Year.
Yeah. The last
Rory.
The last thing he was in the news for was apologizing for saying those live guys were a piece of shit for leaving when, and the Grayson Murray thing, when you just said that, you know what I thought about? Like, dude, Rory should not be thinking play better. He should be thinking like we're a brotherhood. You made it to the tour. You have a card like I have a card. I should be trying to protect your rights. All your, benefits. I shouldn't be like, oh, you know what? He's not playing that good. You know what? Actually, take away his health care. He's not playing that good. He should be playing better. You know what I mean? It's kind of interesting that he has that outlook towards other golfers. It's because like Joe Rogan talks about it all the time, like how you can't have a famine mentality. Like there's a pie and there's only so much of it. It's like, dude, relax. We can all eat. We can all have a good time. But Rory seems to have that famine mentality. Like, there's only so many seats at the table. But, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
That's just who he is as a person, unfortunately.
You did a
Great
good job
golfer.
right there, by the way.
What?
Taking control of that podcast.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Like I
That
said,
was a good rant.
I can just, yeah.
I can't fucking, like, I don't know.
just
I was
go.
over there trying to work this podcast stuff out.
That's fine.
And I
We'll
made it
figure it
worse.
out. That's fine. We'll figure it out.
There's fucking 2 screens.
Yeah, look. Woo.
I don't know what's going on.
So,
My camera's not even turning on, dude.
that camera?
Yeah, it's not even turning, like, it's not, like, the screen's not turning on it. Dude,
Yeah, we're
this
having
is
technical
not
difficulties.
Our day
It's all right.
for
We're going to
podcasting.
call IT when we get done with this. We'll
This
call
one's
IT and
just-
we'll see how it goes.
Call the headquarters.
Yeah. So that was the Sony Open. Pretty cool. That was the Hawaii turn. Now they're over in Cali, down at where Coachella is. And,
Coachella Valley.
Yeah, Coachella Valley. So
3 different golf courses, though. So interesting. You got the Pete
Yeah.
Dye.
design
Yup.
for all 3?
No, but he has the one. He has the
Okay,
one.
he has one. The stadium course or a different one?
Yeah, it's a stadium course. La Quinta Country Club, right?
Yep.
Is that what we
Yep, La Quinta.
declared was right?
Yes, it is.
And then the other one was...
I don't know the name of the other one.
Is it a Jack Nicklaus one? It's Jack Nicklaus.
Okay.
Or maybe that's the La Quinta one.
I did learn while you're looking that up that the flags stay the same all 3 days.
Like positions.
Pin positions. Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
So I didn't know that. Which genius. You have to. It's the game of golf has plenty of variables. So you need to make sure all the fixed components can be in place, and keeping the pin placements the same has one extra fixed component.
Okay, so I got it here. We got the Pete Dye Stadium course, which is a par 72. Yardage totals out at 7,187 yards. La Quinta Country Club, which is also a par 72. Yardage 7,060 yards. And then the Nicholas Tournament course. That's the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
Also a par 72. Yardage 7,159.
Ooh,
So that's the longest of the 3. So...
nice.
And yeah, that's cool how they actually start them on different
Is
courses.
there no cut line or a cut line after the 3rd day, or do you know how that goes?
I don't think there's a cut line here. I don't think there's a cut line here.
Wow, that's interesting.
Because there's a couple tournaments this year that don't have a cut. There's like 4 tournaments that don't have a cut.
Oh, really?
Actually, this one does have a cut. I think this one has a cut.
Is it after
this one has a
Saturday?
cut. I think it's after Saturday.
Okay.
Because that way everyone plays.
Everyone plays
a
all
course.
3, and then they cut. Okay. I like how they do that, how they'll modify and do like a 3-day and then cut, switch it up. It gives you the chance to, what do they call it on Friday? Moving day?
Yeah. Yep.
It gives you kind of 2 moving days. So that's pretty cool. Do you think you could last playing a 4-day event, like stamina-wise? Like how do you think you could fare? I mean, you're in great shape. You think you could, right? You could play 4 rounds. I mean, you're really only golfing and then relaxing.
I think
Recovering, not relaxing, recovering. You're doing things to recover. You're not just laying there. You're getting in a cold tub.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Like
Okay.
I would
You think
be
you
able
could
to do it.
for 4 days?
Yeah, I would be able to do it. And I think I would get better if I play 4 days in a row. The
Right.
score on my 4th day is going to be usually better than the score on my 1st day.
Okay.
I would say.
Yeah.
Because if I play...
You could last walking.
If I'm playing the same course...
We're talking walking, just so you know.
Yeah, if I'm playing
Okay.
the same course, though,
Yep.
I know the spots. I know where I need to hit it
course.
now. And then if I do that, 4 days in a row, hell yeah. I think
Okay.
so. I think so.
I don't, man. 4 days in a row. Walking,
I've
that's a
done
lot.
2 when I was younger.
Yeah. I could do a 2 or 3 day tournament walking. 4 would be testing my abilities. I think I can do it. I'm not saying I can't do it. I have the physical abilities to be able to do it, but I think
tough,
the
for
stamina would wear on me quite a bit on the 4th day.
You feel it on the back 9 of the, that 4th day.
Right. Oh, I wouldn't
like
doubt
that
it.
4th day comes around.
Yeah.
The front 9's like okay, but then you start really feeling
Right.
like heavy. That club feels,
like
weights.
first day you're pumped, second day you're pumped to be like in a 2-day thing, and then by the 3rd day you're like, okay, I'm starting to get tired. I've now walked this course, the miles 3 times. By the 4th day, yeah, I would love to do that. Walk a course 4 days in a row, like just to see. how what it feels like to walk a course 4 days in a row. You know, I've never done that.
It's not. I mean, you walk every day, don't you?
Yeah, but I want to know what it's like to walk the undulations. Where I walk is very flat for the most part. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not walking up and down things. I mean, I do at the gym. You're right. I would get on the Stairmaster, fucking, you know, walk them steps.
That thing's a beast.
That thing fucking kicks my ass. I love it. But, you know, for the most part, I'm walking pretty flat. I would love to carry a bag and walk and swing the club and go, okay, this is what it's like if you played 4 days in a row. If you made the cut and you played 4 days in a row. You know, it's probably pretty cool. But I don't know. That'd be interesting. Just a high thought.
Yeah. When I played that 2-day tournament too, it sucked because the first day I played like shit, and then the second day I like started finding something, and then I was like, damn, it's over now.
Right.
And I'm,
see? So you could have easily went the third day.
The third day, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. That's cool. 2-day tournaments. What would your ideal tournament length be? 1 day, 2, 3, or 4?
3.
3?
Probably 3. I like
Friday, Saturday,
I think
Sunday.
3 is nice.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday tournament.
I think 3 is like just the right amount.
Or would you do
of golf?
2 rounds on Saturday, 1 on Sunday?
No, I don't like the double.
You wouldn't do.
I don't like the.
Okay. Because you could see why they would do that, to do an
lot.
only weekend tournament type thing. Like I could see a place doing that, where they would go, we're gonna have a round in the morning, a round in the afternoon, and then the championship on a Sunday. But I think it would be better to have it on Friday, Saturday, Sunday as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That way, because like you said, it took you longer to play that tournament than you expected, because you guys were reading everything and really talking out everything. Mm-hmm. Was that the most you felt like? But I don't want to say professional.
I didn't have a caddy, so I was carrying.
Right, I know. That's why I wanted to say professional, but it's
actually,
not quite professional.
I did the one day. I had my buddy Eric Cheek caddy for me. He carried my clubs for me.
When? Oh, in a tournament before?
Yeah, went to that 2-day tournament.
Really?
Yeah, that I was telling you about. Yeah, he carried my clubs, and because you had the option to have somebody, carry your bag for you. Obviously, like nobody did it because like none of their friends or like even their family was like, man, I don't really know if I can do this,
Yeah.
And I was
Eric,
Eric, because I knew he was down because he's a big fitness guy.
Of course.
So I was like,
he loves the
challenge. He probably would be down for that. And he was like, cool, yeah, I don't care. He's like, I'll get to see you golf too. And of course, I played like shit, absolute garbage. But it was funny. He didn't know really what the fuck he was doing. I was like, just don't stand like on their line, like walk across their line, like walk around them on the green.
Oh, damn. You had to teach him etiquette while you're in a golf tournament.
Yeah, like, and I was like, just be quiet when they hit.
Yeah.
Don't stand
you're right.
behind them when they swing.
It's pretty easy.
That's it. That's all I
pretty
told
easy
him.
etiquette. Yeah. And you guys walked, obviously, right?
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Nice.
He had me cracking up a couple times.
Yeah, I bet. Which probably is easy on the mind. Like when I golf with Woo, and he doesn't know that I'm not doing well, or maybe he does, but doesn't really get it. He's joking and laughing like as if nothing's happening. So it really gets me like, all right, dude, we're having a good time.
Wearing a Joe Dirt wig.
Yeah, dude, he will. Fucking to the course. Oh my gosh, that guy is too much. He's awesome. So, I don't even know what we were just talking about, but yeah, totally.
That's what this is all about, baby. I love it.
We got Angel Cabrera. He's out of prison and
Abusive.
He's trying to get reinstated to the Masters because he won the Masters. Yeah. So you're always invited back, barring crazy things. And I don't know if you know, but crazy things have happened. So he got arrested for domestic abuse. That's what they're saying at least. And you beat up like 2 ex-girlfriends or something like that.
They caught him out of the country, like originally had the warrant from. Yeah, like
so he kind of ran. He fled a little.
I don't know if he was running or fleeing per se, but yeah, he wasn't.
But he definitely wasn't where he was supposed to be.
Wasn't in the area where he usually
where he was supposed to be.
Usually he was supposed to be at.
Okay, so yeah, it's an interesting take, and I'm pretty sure the Masters are gonna let him play. So that's wild.
That is nuts. What about Phil?
I don't know how the look goes when it's a battle of morale, or It's not morale. Ethics. It's a battle of ethics versus tradition. Tradition being he won, so he deserves to come back, and ethics being he went to fucking prison.
Yeah, but there's
so it's a battle between ethics.
You have to draw a
and
line
tradition.
somewhere.
So right now it sounds like tradition is winning that battle. Ethics are kind of like out the window. Like, who cares?
Yeah, you can go fucking murder somebody basically, and as long as it's not first degree, or whatever, you're.
I don't know the
Attempted
details.
robbery is good, if you win the Masters and then you go and get jailed for attempted robbery, and then you try to come back to the Masters, it sounds like they'll allow you. Where's the line at here?
That's the question I was trying to think about. Can we distinctly
do something about this?
What exactly do you need to do to not be invited back to the Masters?
Yeah.
Because was Greg Norman invited back? Did he win a Masters?
No,
He did,
no.
right?
But no.
He didn't win one?
No.
Okay. Are you sure?
I don't ever remember him winning a Masters.
Greg Norman never won a Masters.
If he probably could. Actually, he did win a Masters. It was.
I was about to say I remember seeing him in a green jacket. I feel like.
Yeah, it was versus.
It was Nick Faldo.
It might have been versus Nick Faldo. Yeah. That's a tough time though for me to remember.
Well,
back
yeah, that's
then.
early 90s. That's the year you were born.
Like
when he won. But I don't need to look it up. But either way, I don't know if he was invited back. So it's like that motherfucker didn't do anything and go to prison. All he did was join a different golf league. So it's like, what? You didn't invite him?
Yeah,
I
mean
know. I don't know. Who knows? It's politics. It's funny. As you get older, you kind of realize that there's politics in almost everything. Like, everything. There's some sort of politicking that's going on behind the scenes.
You think the Saudis will ever try for football?
Yeah, of course. Of course. They have their hand in soccer, the world's largest sport. They have their hand in, now in fucking golf. I think they have their hand in Formula 1, maybe.
So what about basketball?
They have their hand in boxing and UFC.
Right.
I mean, that's a lot.
They're coming for football next.
They're definitely leaving hockey alone. They're definitely leaving hockey alone. They're definitely leaving baseball alone. They're coming for football, and they'll probably even try to come for basketball. But
why do you think they would leave hockey alone, though?
Because hockey doesn't. They're going to invest in something that can also be played there. Like soccer is played there.
Gotcha.
Boxing has been fought there.
But they can make a rink.
They can make a rink, but
like an arena is like when they it's not played outside.
Yeah, but you would have to first grow the interest of hockey.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's not like they're thriving over there. Like, man, we want a hockey team, and then once they get it, there's all those people signing up. You have to get people.
Aren't they in tennis too?
Yeah, I think they have a tennis match. I think they're in over tennis. There. Dude, they're in everything. Yeah. So it's like they're in wrestling, pro wrestling.
You're right. Yeah, they are. They are in a lot. Yeah, football, NFL, you're fucked.
Yeah, so it's like NFL soon, but the NFL, I think, like the NBA, I'm pretty sure they're in the bed with China a little bit. So I don't think China will be like, hey, you can also kind of fuck around with them. Like, it's kind of a China and NFL or China and other league. So we'll see what happens. I mean, but the Saudis are geniuses. I just read a report, a soccer team in England called Newcastle, pretty big team. They just got invested in by the Saudis, and guess what? They bought some of the best players in the world immediately.
Did they?
Immediately.
As quick as
they went from being like a mid-level team to their top 5 in the Premier League, top 6 or whatever. Like, yeah, they're doing all right.
Wow.
So money buys happiness. That's the moral of the story. No, I'm just kidding. But the Saudis, it's genius. It's like, okay, if you want to take over the world, but not really take over the world in like a dictatorship type way, but really just have your hand in everyone's interest. Everyone's. What are people interested in? Well, people like art, people like entertainment, people like traveling, people like, they got that city they're building, like that's like
whatever
3
everybody
square
is.
miles. Whatever anybody's interested in, they're like, all right, well, I guess we'll just invest money in that. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of genius.
The more populated thing.
Yeah, it's monopolistic. I don't think I've ever used that word in my whole life, but it's that.
That was good.
Thank you. It's definitely that. If you are controlling everything, that's a monopoly. that's the definition of monopoly.
Exactly.
You know, that means you can control the price of water bottles now because you're now in charge of Aquafina, Fiji, Nestle, all the water. So they're all $10 now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
So it can become a monopoly if they have their hand in everything and kind of, you know. Dude, we watched them have their hand in the World Cup. The World Cup went to Qatar for the first time ever. They stopped the
cool.
middle of the season.
Cool.
It was great. I was so happy they did it.
That was cool.
But people were furious for the first time ever. They stopped it in the middle of the season to do it because it would have been too hot to do it in the summer. And we got December World Cup, which was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Awesome.
Something to watch.
I loved it. But that's how much pull they had. Everyone stopped their seasons.
It ended up being good, too.
It ended up being great.
You know,
People
the way
loved
that it finished.
The finish was great. France versus Argentina, Messi winning.
It was good.
It was beautiful. But when they announced it, people were like, we're not stopping the Premier League in the middle of the season because you think we should have the World Cup in December. All the leagues stopped. French league, German league, Dutch league, all of them stopped. And we're like, all right, let's have the World Cup. That's how much pull the Saudis and Qatar and all them have. Is they'll stop time.
It's so insane. That is so insane.
Go, you know what? We'll just throw all the money at you guys, and then we're going to do this. And you're like, fuck it. All right, cool. That's cool with me. Yeah, so there's a price for everything. There is. I don't care what people say, dude. Ask John Rahm if there's a price for everything.
Yeah.
Swinging into John Rahm, the American Express. He can't defend his title because he's not there.
Nope.
So we had our picks.
27 under, too. That's what he fucking won it at last year.
That's what he won it at?
27 under.
So he killed it. So update on our picks last week. We did all right. I didn't. I'll get mine over with quick. Sahith Theegala miscut. Dude. It was such a logical pick. I was like, he played well the week before in Hawaii. He shouldn't have the jet lag. I'm sure he got laid in between because his girl's there probably. Like, that's a winning concoction for you to get a top 10. Like, what's the word, dude?
Yeah.
It's not like you just flew in like
to
half
me,
those
he's the
guys.
guy that you need for, like, the end of the season. Like, you pick him towards the middle to end of the season because I feel like that's when he really starts to shine. When
everyone else falls off, he stays stagnant and or gets better. One of the two. Okay. Nice. Kind of like Morikawa did like last year or the year before where he had the best scoring for round fours the whole season. He averaged like 68 or something crazy. Jeez. Just goes into his zone on Sunday.
You should look at that Excel sheet and see who we picked the most. Last year.
Yeah.
What player?
I'll take a picture tomorrow at work and put it in the group chat for last year's.
Like, is there one person that we all picked a lot of, like Jordan Spieth or Xander
I would say,
Schauffele?
if I had to guess, I would say Xander Schauffele. We couldn't pick Scotty too much. But you know what? We ended up picking, if you think about it, the majors, we kind of picked, I would assume, the same 3 to 4 people.
I think we did.
During most of the majors, which means those people ended up getting a lot of picks. So, like, without those guys, like the Scotty, the Rory, the Rahm, and the Victor Hovland, other than those 4 guys, it'd be a good question. Yeah, I don't know. Xander or Spieth, I would guess. Maybe a Max Homa. Those would be my top 3 because they're going to be high in the odds, but they're not going to be top 3 in those big tournaments, and they don't play the small tournaments. So it's like we're picking those in the Arnold Palmer and the Memorial. And
the bigger ones.
Yeah, and the big ones that aren't majors. So I would say those 3. Well, who would your guess be? I was thinking Tony, but I was like,
because I feel like I was always picking him.
I know.
I feel like I was always picking him.
Because we want him to win, man.
It was like every 2 weeks, I'm like, give me Schauffele.
Every other week. Didn't pick him last week. I'll take him this week. Nah, I feel you. Yeah, we picked. I can't remember exactly, but
yeah. So Sahith didn't do you good any.
Nah.
You got -1 for that.
-1. I'm down to 1 point now.
Steve had the best pick last week out of us.
Yeah, and he didn't get a top 10. He got a 18, so he only got 1 point.
Yeah, he got 1.
So you guys are tied at 2. Or no, you're at 3.
I'm at 3.
You're at 3. He's at 2, and I'm at 1. Jeez, that sucks.
That's good.
That sucks.
It's a good feeling.
So
it won't last long. It never does. This is the best part about this game. It seems like it always goes back and forth for a little bit.
It does.
And then somebody kind of stays pretty, like, the leader for, a couple weeks. And then it's like, all right, somebody makes a comeback.
I mean, look, we're only going off 1 year. This year, it could be chaos. It could be every week.
That's what it was last year, though, it seemed like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. It's going to be interesting. I think that we've kind of established the rules pretty well. We got them molded in real nice. I don't think we'll be making many changes this year, maybe 1 or 2 throughout the season if we see fit. But, I think we're good. Yeah. The picks are going to be – we're going to see. We're going to see who the picks are going to be.
Corey Connors, and, he was like 52nd. Or 48th or something last I looked.
You know what would be cool is if, we picked a tournament – now or early in the season, 1 or 2, where we have to pick a person whose odds are worse than the top 25 or something like that.
I think we were gonna try that last year. We never did.
We should do that for 1 or 2 tournaments. But we can pick it out now, and then when the tournaments come, we can go, okay, we can't pick from the top 25 here, that. Then it really gets fuck, dude, you don't want to miss that cut. Actually, we should put it towards the end of the season. That way, that missed cut point means a lot. You're like, man, I'm getting close, and then we throw that game in there, and then next thing you know, you were one behind.
The last, we could do that, or the last 2 are worth double points even.
Right, exactly, something like that. So we'll switch up.
In case somebody is far behind, then it's all right,
trying to give them the chance. Yeah, I like that. Kind of we did this year because
nail biter at the end.
Yep, we forgot this year because we were up north on the golf trip that we forgot to do our.
We
picks.
all did that. Yeah, we all got -1. That week off.
Yeah, I know.
Steve's like, no, we shouldn't get -1. I'm like, no, we all just get -1.
Yeah, so we'll pick out a tournament, maybe the double points. I like the double points. It gives a person a chance to come back. Because I'll be so far ahead of you guys. You guys, the double points probably won't even matter. It'll probably already be my trophy by then.
Shut the fuck up.
So
get out of here.
I wouldn't worry about it too much. So your pick was
this week was Sam Burns.
Sam Burns.
Yeah.
Mr. Burns, LSU Go Tigers.
Yeah, he's watch for him.
Okay.
He actually did good last year.
Did he? All right. And how's he doing right now? Did you know?
I haven't taken a peek at all today.
Me either. Well, it didn't start on TV till 4. That's about what time we're, rattling around. You're rattling around the house. I'm getting ready to end work and shutting down my laptop and shit. Mm-hmm. So, I didn't get a chance to watch either. We watched a little bit upstairs, but we were watching fucking Zach Johnson on the leaderboard at the top. Couple other guys we have never heard of. So
I don't know.
I wonder who I'm going to learn about
Huey
this year.
Or something like that.
Last year I kind of learned about Eric Cole, Ludwig Aubert.
Aubert, yeah.
There were a couple guys that I learned about that I didn't know. I'm excited to see who I learn about this year. Austin Eckroat, he went to Oklahoma State with some of the other guys. The Victor Hovland class and Matthew Wolf class, but he was the third wing of that all-star fucking team, but he never really took off kind of thing. He's in the middle of the row. So learning about him, I know, right? Crazy team. Learning about him, different players. So I'm excited to see who we're going to learn about, who's going to be the amateur teeing off
That's what I'm curious.
At Augusta.
I want to see the amateurs this year.
With the reigning champ, John Rahm. Who's going to be that amateur. Last year, I think it was Gordon Sargent. Or actually, it was Austin Greaser, or one of those two, teed off. So it was cool to see these new kids, see how they played. Or it was Sam kid, Sam Bennett. Dude, he fucking played
showed out.
Great.
He showed out.
Sam Bennett. Shout out to him, man. I forgot about him.
Where's he at?
Yeah, I know. I hope he wins his way into the elevated tournaments.
Didn't hear much about him. I heard more of fucking Michael Block than I did about Sam Bennett.
Yeah, you're right. And Sam Bennett, man, he earned it. He played great. He's got that interesting fucking hitch swing, kind of the Joaquin Neiman almost swing. Yeah, he's got power for being a little guy. But yeah, so that learning about those players, we're gonna get to learn about new players again this year. That's the cool part. It's cool. I never thought I'd be learning about new golfers. Once I learned about the big ones, the Spieths, the Ricky Fowlers that you guys taught me, I was like, okay, I'll just know these guys. And then it became all right, now I'm learning who Kurt Kitayama is, and I'm learning who this guy is, and this guy, and Kevin Na, Minwoo Lee. It's cool. Yeah. Minwoo Lee, shout out to him. I don't know if I mentioned it last time, but got the Lululemon sponsor. I fucking love Lululemon.
Cody's got his autograph.
And I got his autograph, so that kind of works out perfect.
He's a rising star.
Dude. Yeah, I didn't realize he was like a TikTok guy.
He's becoming real big.
Yeah, he's like a TikTok golfer. I didn't know that, which is cool because, you know, anything to grow the game of golf. And I saw recently, I think it was Golf Digest posted on their Instagram, like the rate of growing sports in golf was like 3 on there, and like I think it was like an extra 3.2 million kids were playing this year. Or, you know, don't check these numbers. They're definitely not real.
Give us a fact check.
I'm just spitting numbers, but like, you know what I mean? That's just a ballpark. It was quite a few people who are starting to play golf now. I think it grew 5%, which is quite a bit. You know, 1 out of every 20 golfers is a new golfer now. So
it's a growing
that's
game.
cool. I'm excited that I got into it when I did, and I wish I got into it earlier, but it's been great. I'll tell you what, these 5 years have, I was gonna say they've flown by, but honestly, they kind of haven't. Like,
no, flew by.
If I'm going back to my old swing, like real old,
flew by.
Open up all the way, like swing my
body. I feel like you were just getting. I mean, you just got these golf lessons. It seems like.
Yeah, but no, I feel like that was. Nah.
That was last year, wasn't it?
I feel like, the golf lessons were last year, but I still feel like I've been golfing for longer than 5 years.
Dude, every time I think about the Florida trip, to me it feels like it's only been like, it literally feels like it's been like 2 years for
Dude,
Florida.
It feels like it's been like 6 years for me. I'm like, man, we haven't been to Florida since, it's been COVID, so 4 years.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, 4 years. That's wild, dude.
Yeah, you started golfing a year before that, right?
Yeah. You're right, yeah. Yeah, like a year,
Dude,
year and a half.
So
year and a half before that, yeah. But yeah, that's crazy, right?
And
a year and a half before
that we like went to Arizona after, we went to Texas after, we went to, you know, like, bro, what? It
just golfing, just sucking honestly, at golfing like, all over.
No. Yeah, me.
No, both of us shit in the bed. But it's still so much fun.
I don't know. It flies by, but it still seems like it was yesterday to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. It's been some great trips, I'll tell you that. We've had some crazy ones. I've been on the golf trip now 5 years. I mean, since I started, for sure. Which, dude, shout out to whoever got me the spot. Because it's hard to get a spot.
That is crazy how that works. How did that work? That is awesome.
Whoever got me the spot, shout out to them.
Yeah.
Like, because people are on a waiting list right now to get into the golf outing up north. You know what I mean? There's a 4-person waiting list or something probably if we really thought about it, for who would want to join. And I just kind of was like, first year, like, hey, let me go. And someone was like, all right, we'll let this fucking kid go. So I appreciate that, man. I don't know who. I can't.
Do you remember even who you were paired with and stuff, too?
I was paired with you. Very first year.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You and me on did we do a scramble?
We did a scramble. I hit that 5-iron real close, and then you recorded that birdie putt, and I missed it. I left it short, like real short. I have it on my Instagram.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do I not remember? Oh, I do remember.
Yeah, right behind it. And I was in a blue shirt.
Yeah, I played horrible, too.
Yeah, you did.
I played so bad.
You were like, Cody, I'm so sorry. I usually play better. And I'm like, dude, I'm having a blast.
I know. Yeah, you were like, dude. And then we won money. You remember we ended up winning money?
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah. So it was a good time. But yeah, that was my first one. That was my first one. I was paired with you. Second one, I was paired with Fred. First one, I mean, it was rough, dude. Rough. Of course it was rough. It was my first year ever golfing.
The fuck?
But yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy to think about? It's crazy.
My memory sucks, though.
Oh, mine does too. It's a lot. It's a lot to go on. Dude, shout out to Instagram and taking pictures.
You have to. You have to.
Your boy would be jumbling all these dates up if I didn't have Instagram, and didn't have moments in which I would look back at them, because I'll look back at them every now and then when I'm bored at the airport or something and go, okay, like, wait, when was that? Like, oh, that was June of 18, not 17, 18. Okay, so June of 18 we went to blah 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 blah, or did this, so it's cool to have those milestones and think back to them, because we played golf 4 years ago in Florida, like this week or something, or like a week from now. Like crazy.
Yeah, and that Florida trip was
it was
that
dope.
was the first time I ever was on a plane.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot
that was the first time I ever flew up.
Dude, rookie flight, dude, 4 years ago.
And now
How was it? It wasn't that
and now
bad.
I've went to Arizona with you, but sat by myself.
Yeah, no problem.
Went to Texas with you, Hubs.
Yeah.
Now I'm about to go to Florida again.
Yeah, and you, me, and Blue are sitting next to each other.
Yeah, which is sick.
Yeah, so that's cool. Cool.
I told him I was going to give him wet willies the whole time.
You're so funny. I'm going to be sleeping the whole time.
I'll give you wet willies too. As
That's
soon as
fine.
you try to fall
I'll have
asleep.
headphones in.
Yeah, take them out.
Bitch, I'll wake up. All right, we'll see. You're so funny. The flight hopefully shouldn't be too long.
It's like 2 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, the longest
2
one
hours
we've
and 10
gone on
minutes.
is the Arizona one.
Yeah, that one's and I did that one by myself basically. I'm like, what the fuck? Every
That's
time
like
I think
3
about it,
hours
I'm
or
like, dude,
something.
I can do it. I can do it.
Yeah, it's so easy. It's so
I
easy.
sat next to a bunch of randoms.
Dude, we've talked about this before, I'm pretty sure.
I hate sitting next
But
to random people. I
I'm
don't know.
so thankful. I wasn't in the moment, but I'm so thankful that you got caught up that moment at TSA and you had to like kind of just figure it out for yourself for a little. Because it's like, you know, you get thrown kind of to the wolves for a little bit and figure out like, okay, how am I going to get through this? How am I going to get on this airplane now? Like, it's just me. Cody's not here to figure out what's wrong and how to fix it or whatever. And you just walked right through. You did it. You made it no problem. So that was cool. It wasn't cool in the moment. I was like, what the fuck in the moment. But like after, I was like, all right, cool.
What did you guys end up? You guys were waiting for me on the other side of the gate. Did you just stand there?
Yeah, we went around the side, you know, because people are putting their shoes back on, their belts, grabbing their bags. We didn't want to like be in people's way. So we kind of walked around the wall and just kind of waited right there. And we were like, all right. And it sucked because I'm pretty sure the glass was like translucent. So like the one where it's shaded, opaque, and it's opaque, and you could only see like the heads of people for the most part. So we could kind of like try and see.
Opaque.
Yeah, so we could kind of only see where like you were in line, but like we really couldn't. So not only were you trapped behind that wall, like it was kind of a tease because we like could see the tops of people's heads, but we couldn't see yours.
I couldn't believe it wasn't going through too. I was like, oh no. Oh,
It's crazy.
What's fucked up is the second, not the person in front of me, but the one in front of him, so two in front of me.
Yeah.
They went, and then the thing was like, they went to scan their ID or whatever, and it was like, meh, 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 meh. And I was like, oh, that's never a good sign when it does that usually.
Yeah, nah.
Meh, 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 meh. And then this guy's like didn't go through, so he had to go back, and then, you know, the guy in front of me his goes through, no problem.
And you're like, all right,
and then
cool.
mine goes up, and it starts making that noise, meh, 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 meh. I was like, fuck. I'm the next one. I was like, try this again. Please work. Please work. And he tries it again. You're going to have to go to the front desk and get this looked at, sir.
Fuck.
I was like, what? He's like, it looks like it's your ID or it's the date of birth on there or something. Something's not matching up.
Well, at least
like,
he
shit,
perfectly
all right.
identified it.
Well, at least
and, like,
I know.
And he wasn't just like, you're going to have to go figure it out.
Yeah, well,
type thing.
at least I know now. He's like, it looks like
you
it might
go
be
up
like
there
your
and,
date
like,
of birth
hey,
or something.
the date of birth is wrong, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Whew.
And so, when then I got to the front
That was
desk,
an easy first
I got
test
to the
then.
lady, and then she's like,
wasn't there
I
a
was like,
long line?
there was only like 4 people in front of me, thank goodness. But the one person took forever. Like, the first person was like taking forever, and then the next 3 went quick.
That's how it always goes. It's always like a panic where you're like, man, if this is how it's going to take the whole time, like all 4 of these people, I'm fucked. And then, you know, the first one goes, and then 2, 3, and 4 just roll through because they're prepared and they know what they're doing. So,
Right.
yeah, it's funny. That always happens, I feel like, in line. That's why I got to get to the airport early on Tuesday before Spain. I am not fucking around with like,
don't get there.
oh man, I hope I make it.
Get there
Like
way
this
early.
line is gonna take forever. Like, nah, your boy's getting there early. I will end my dry January at the airport
There you go.
in Detroit.
There you go.
That's what I'll do.
You gonna go to our bar down to the end there?
If my gate's down that way, I'll go there.
I love
if it's
that
down the
spot.
other way, I'll go to the other one. Yeah, I like it too.
I always remember it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I always
nice
get a
little
good
bar.
buzz here, so I know my way around here. I've been to this
exactly.
spot before.
Go in and make a right and
Yeah.
just keep going till you can't go
Bathroom's,
anymore.
like right down there.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's a cool one. So I'm excited for that. That should be fun. Fucking Spain trip. So that should be dope.
Dude.
So yeah, Angel Cabrera, that's a wild one. We'll see if he comes back and plays. Oh, I wanted to share this stat about Angel Cabrera. So he has 3 PGA Tour wins. He's got 53.
Dude, he's
professional.
He used to be a decent golfer, bro.
53 professional wins. 3 on the PGA Tour, that's good. His 3 wins.
When did he get the Masters? Was that 05 or
09?
09. I knew it was around
Yeah.
there. I slightly remember it. Slightly.
It's crazy. '09 he wins the Masters, when I would assume Tiger's like still in his prime. Mm-hmm. And then he also won the U.S. Open in '07. So of the 3 wins, 2 of them are majors. That's insane.
He was like a great golfer, dude, honestly. Just a bad person.
Yeah, that's
Good
crazy.
golfer,
Just a bad person. Yeah, honestly. That's crazy. You know? I wonder if he'll play. I wonder how he'll shoot. You know?
Who knows? He hasn't golfed in quite some bit. And then, you know, he's had what?
Is that one of those things you can walk away from?
Did he play any tournaments since he's been out of fucking jail? You know, did he try to get in any smaller tournaments?
I'm sure he's not playing in tournaments.
Well, like you can do local tournaments. You think he's trying to play in just any local ones, like just to see how he competes versus people? Like, who knows?
That's a great question.
Or is he just going out and playing practice rounds by himself? Or is he fucking around with his buddies, you know, playing golf? Like, I mean, what's his actual commitment level like?
To the game.
Is he actually practicing?
Yep. No, that makes sense. Things? We'll see. We'll see if he ends up playing. I mean, it's going to be an interesting one. Did we go over Steve's pick? Should we call him? I don't think we said who his pick was. I don't think
we did. Give him a quick rundown. Yeah, also, I want to talk to you guys about Cody's Golf Simulator. It's up and running. We'll give you guys a video of a tour of the place here in the future once it's fully finished. But we are swinging. 2 videos made. Go check them out on the YouTube page. The first one's Push-Up Punishment, and the second one is 1 versus 1 versus 1. That's Cody versus me versus Steve in a 2-hole match at Pinehurst on Cody's Golf Simulator. Both of those are on YouTube, so check them out. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Your call has been.
Steve's not answering.
That was a difficult one, and that was a great plug, like perfectly timed. Honestly, lasted the whole phone call.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Perfect plug.
Unfortunately, I don't think this video is working, but if you guys are listening on Spotify, definitely go check us out on YouTube.
Go check it out. Steve's pick was JT Poston.
Oh, this week, yeah. Yes, but it was Kirk last week.
Chris Kirk last week. He ended up getting, I think, T17 or something like that.
Yeah,
so he got the 1 point.
JT Poston, though, and I seen him. I was like, no, I don't think so. I picked him last year, and he didn't do me any justice.
JT Poston, man, he's just been so hot lately, but he can't get over, like, he can't finish.
Yeah.
He's getting a lot of top 10s lately over the past, I'd say, year and a half maybe. We'll see if he can get the job done. I mean, he's right there. But you know what's crazy? Is Cam Young was right there. And now he's been like...
Nowhere.
What happened? It was a battle between him and Will Zalatoris to see who was going to get the win first. Yeah, Will gets the win in the BMW, and Cam just is like, I'm going to shave my beard, and I'm going to stop golfing. Now he's got the weird, baby face, chubby-looking thing going on. Cam, grow the beard back. You look great with a beard. Grow it back. And his golf's, not as hot.
Yeah, true that.
I think they said that he was working on trying to speed up the hitch, because he paused at the top like Matsuyama.
Yeah, but he shouldn't do that. He was fine.
Exactly. And I think they said he was trying to like not have the hitch last as long. Whatever. He bombs it, bro. What's the problem?
There was nothing wrong with it before. Why do you have to try and fix it?
Yeah.
I hate that.
If something analytically was wrong, like maybe he couldn't get much spin doing that type of shot, then okay, adjust it when you need it in that shot,
Yeah.
I get it. But that's a per shot basis. Like, you don't need to change your swing, dude. You're doing fine. You're on the up and up. We literally just said, we're waiting for you to get the dub. You and Will Zalatoris.
Right.
Willie Z gets it done the same year in the BMW. Cam, we were waiting, and then he still hasn't gotten it. I wonder how long we're going to have to wait. I wonder if this is going to become a thing. Like, there's going to be a clock on it, where he gets on the hot seat, where it's like, is Cam Young dropping a tier? Because he was on the Ryder Cup, right? You don't get on the Ryder Cup again if you still haven't won for 4. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you're at
a year. Last week, dude, he honestly did. He was in there in the tournament, and he started actually progressing towards, top 10.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, I see his name back down towards, about to miss the cut or something. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, he was, when I looked at him, it was 13th place. tied for 13th. And then next thing I know, he's all the way down at the bot, like T29 or some shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, I don't know what he finished at. He might have rallied and finished well. I don't know. But
I know he was flirting with that cut line.
okay. But yeah, it's like, what's going on with Cam Young? Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I hope he can pull it together. We're waiting on you to get the dub. Thigala got the dub. There's a couple players that we've been waiting on. And hopefully he can get it, because that would be great to see. That would be awesome. Hovland started getting dubs in the United States. We watched him win all over the world, but he couldn't win in the United States. And last year he wins like 3 in the United States or something like that. So, and yeah, I don't see Cam Young making the Ryder Cup team.
No.
At year 3.5 instead of year 1.5, he's winless.
Exactly.
Year 1.5 is one thing. You're only a year and a half in. Of course you can make the Ryder Cup. You finished top 5 in 2 of the 3 majors you played in. That's great. But at year 3.5, if you don't have any wins, I don't give a fuck how many top 5s you had in the majors.
Maybe that Ryder Cup did something to him.
Maybe. Dude, it had to tear apart part of him because, again, we reiterated it. They didn't go into it wanting to win. They went into it like, all right, there's a chance we can win. Not we have to win. We have to win. There's a difference. We've gone into things with I want to win mentality or I should win mentality. And we've also gone into things with I have to win mentality.
Exactly.
There's two different things.
Completely different.
And we already talked about it, so we don't have to go too far into that. But that team not going into it that way with his young self, you shouldn't do that to a young player. You have to give them that fire and that passion because they got to ride on that. They're not old enough to know, okay, there's going to be tournaments when you don't have the passion. There might be a Ryder Cup where you don't have the passion. This is his first one. He should be seeing all that passion, and he didn't see it. And that might have fucked with his game. Like, these guys think the Ryder Cup's kind of a joke type thing. Like, okay, well, then maybe the PGA Tour is kind of a joke. Jon Rahm's leaving in the LIV. Like, whatever type thing. Like, you know what I mean? It might not motivate him. Iron sharpens iron.
Exactly.
When you see the players trying their hardest and trying their best and really wanting to be the best, it'll push you to do the same. I know they're grinding, but there's a level to it.
There is.
Tiger showed it.
There is.
Tiger showed it.
Yep.
Some of these, the greats show it. Brooks Koepka shows it. Some of these, like, phenomenal Jon Rahm shows it. Victor Hovland showed it with his short game.
It could have something to do with, too, like, because he isn't such a big name golfer right now. Like, the spotlight's not on him so much. So maybe he is putting in the work and we're just not getting to see it.
Maybe
type
it
of
could
thing,
be. I'm not saying there is a chance he's putting in the work. I'm just addressing it as if he's not putting in the work.
You would think that if he was putting in the work and doing it to a drastic level, that you would see it come out in tabloids and stuff like that, because like it would be so drastic that it must be to a crazy extreme
like
that
a Victor
you would
Hovland
see.
short game,
Exactly.
where we knew
and you
he
would
was
see
working
it
on that.
come out in his play,
Right.
in his tournament play, like that stuff would come out and it would show itself.
Well, I have a question for you. I just kind of thought of while you were explaining that. So obviously they're all great golfers. Do you think there is a level at which you try harder and you play incrementally better than the other golfers, or is it just we're all really good and I have to catch them on their off days? Like, are golfers stepping up, or is the field stepping down in most instances? Does that make sense? Like, because we know they're all great. They're all great. But like when a golfer wins a tournament, is it because the field didn't play as well?
No,
or
but I think what makes the great
chalking up
golfer a great golfer is the consistency. Like, they're
Right.
playing good golf
all of them?
every week for the
Right.
most part. Whereas,
Right.
like, some of these other golfers, they're great and they're good at what they do, but that level to do it week in and week out just isn't there.
But that's the thing. They're playing golf every day, just like the Jon Rahms. Like, if you took probably the 70th ranked player, the
And
Andrew Putnam,
I think it's just the
it's just the caliber
of player at that
right.
point.
They are just better.
Yeah, I
that's
think
all
so.
it is.
I think so.
It's not that they're not putting in the work. They're doing the putting exercises.
And now there could be a few slight
Right.
changes, like clubs and things that
Of
make
course.
a difference, right? Like, that's why they change grips, change the angles of the degrees and lofts of clubs and lengths of them. So maybe they're, and then when they do that, some players actually do play better. So maybe it could be a fitting issue too, but I think that's like to the slightest degree. I think the caliber of the player definitely defines
is the
type
majority
of golf that they're playing, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, if you're putting in the practice, honestly, it should pay off too. Like if you're putting in the right practice, you should be able to compete with these players. But now, when you get players that can play not only every week good, but can play in all types of weather and on all types of grasses, now that's a different type too. So like,
of course,
all these things play a factor, and like that all breeds into the type of caliber player that you are. So like, maybe some players just don't have the background and haven't played so much on Kikuyu grass or whatever. And maybe some are just better on Bermuda than others. Like some
and
actually,
the way it rolls out,
or
and the
some
way
are
it
better
catches,
in, some
that.
are better in windy conditions. Look at Tommy Fleetwood, Shane Lowry. These players are gonna do better in certain things, and that doesn't necessarily make them, I would say, a better golfer, but it's just more based on experience too.
Right. Yeah, they have more attributes to their game for sure. Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. I mean, we'll end up seeing how this season rolls out. I don't know who's going to end up being player of the year. I don't know if it's going to be a big name.
Yeah, I think it could shock us all. It could shock us all.
Yeah, I think it could be a player that's not a Rory or a Justin Thomas or a Jordan Spieth. I think it could be a player. See, Max Homa's right there, so it could be him, and his name's big. But I still don't think I put him in the class of the guys I just rattled off, because Homa hasn't won a major. So
nope, he's working on it.
Yeah, he's working on it.
Maybe this year.
And Full Swing probably comes out here soon, right? Came out in February last year.
Yeah, but they haven't been talking about it. Yeah, like coming out soon. So I don't know. You would think we would hear some trailers or something.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll have to do some research and see when that comes out. It came out like Valentine's Day last year because I was in Milwaukee. I was watching it.
Of course, you weren't in Michigan.
Yeah, I go to Milwaukee every Valentine's Day, except for this year.
Do you really?
Yeah, I go there for a trade show. Yep.
And you're not doing it this year?
No, because I get back from Cancun the day I should be leaving.
Oh, you're getting back from Cancun. No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Another part of the world.
Well, yeah, but because I will be flying in, I won't be able to make the drive to Milwaukee. I think Justin Hoff is going for me instead. So he's going to have a blast. We stay at a casino. It's a good time. It's a good time. So
is it just him who makes that, or is he going to?
It's usually my coworker Aaron and I, but I think Aaron... Oh, I think he is going. So it's Aaron and Justin.
Okay.
So they're just going to get baked and talk to people and have good food and stay in a casino. Hopefully they don't gamble their lives away. It's fun, though. You go downstairs, you gamble after work. It's fun. Have a good time.
That does sound fun. Cool. Honestly, gambling is fun. Like from
so
time
much
to time.
Fun. Yeah, every now and then. Why not? You've earned it.
I like to hit the slots occasionally.
Yeah.
I like to hit the electric roulette.
Yep. Oh, yeah, dude. Hit whatever.
Gambling's I say electric
fun.
Roulette too. It's so funny.
Yeah, electric. That's great. Not gas.
Yeah,
electric.
You didn't even say anything either when I said it. Like I caught myself.
I know my high ass. I'm still cooked. Jeez.
Virtual roulette.
Yeah, virtual.
And then
oh, that's great.
And fuck, there was one other one I like to play too.
You play blackjack?
I can't play. I don't even know how. I don't understand it.
Okay.
I don't understand it.
All right. Do you play?
Is that when you have to? What's the one you got to get to 21 or whatever?
21.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's blackjack.
I got to learn that one.
Blackjack's easy to learn. Easy to learn. We'll figure. I really
love virtual roulette though.
Virtual roulette. I love that shit. I like roulette. That's my shit.
You play the real
You
hand,
play virtual roulette. It's completely virtual, or do you play the virtual roulette where the ball is still in front of you and everyone has just a screen? But the ball's in real life.
Yeah, that's what I do. Well, both. I do both.
Okay. I like the one where the ball's in real life because obviously that's way more real. You're like, all right, it's right there. Yeah. But we're just using a screen, and I don't have to wait for the fucking person to pick up that stupid weight.
That's what I hate, too. I hate waiting
You gotta pick up the weight. Don't fucking touch it. Don't touch it.
Hate waiting
I've gotten yelled at so many fucking times for trying to either put chips down and or grab my winnings.
Yeah, so you have to wait a second.
That weight up.
It's like you have to just wait a second. Yep. All right, now
because they have to pay out everyone. Like you know, they pay you out first or they pay you out second or whatever. You can't just pick it up. They have to pay everybody out. They have this fucking little weight that's 2 inches tall. They fucking pick that up from the table, and that means it's open. And once they set it down, that also means you can't place a bet. So you gotta be diligent, fucking looking, making sure homegirl's not fucking getting ready to fucking bitch you out, because they do not play that shit, dude. They're not there to be
don't fuck
friendly.
around with the fuck around.
Yeah, no, they're like, hey, get your fucking money off the table, dude. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but it's a good time. Roulette's a great time.
What's crazy to me is they don't really like explain it to you.
No,
Like they're like the biggest.
They want your money.
They're the biggest pricks ever you will ever meet.
You know what though?
I've never met a nice one where they're like kind of like, well, like, yeah, like you can bet on this, this, and this.
Right.
You know, like kind of telling you. Normally they're like,
I've met a couple
are
nice
you,
ones.
you throwing money down? What do you want?
Right.
Like,
What
what's
the
the
fuck
deal
do
here?
you
And I'm
want?
like, well, hold on, give me a second.
Yeah.
And everybody's like watching me now
Yeah,
and like,
they're all staring
come
at
on,
you
speed
like,
up. And I'm
hey,
like, chill
asshole.
out, bro. I gotta strategize. All right, there's strategy involved.
That's so funny. Yeah, I've seen a couple nice ones. I know in blackjack, they have to. I think it's blackjack. They have to explain to you whether you should hit or not. So like, you know, what happens is you get 2 cards, and then based on those 2 cards, you decide if you want more cards or not. So if
You're
have
trying to get to 21, right?
Yeah, if you have like 11, which would be great, 8 and 3, most cards are 10, obviously. Jack, Queen, King, 10 are all 10.
So face cards are 10.
All 10.
Right?
Yep. So if you have 11 in your hand and you're getting ready to call, you know, and you don't know if you want to call or not, you can ask them. I have this in my hand. Should I call? And based on the rules, they'll recommend it. They'll say no. Like if you had 17, if you had a 10 and a 7 or king and a 7, and you're new, hey, what do I do? You're showing a 17 too. You know, they're
Right.
showing 17. I'm
Right,
showing 17.
right.
Should I call? Should I like leave it? And then you have to explain. You're at 17. Technically, you're over. I think it's 15. You should stay. Anything over 15, you stay because your odds are quite lower. Same with them. Anything over, except theirs is 1 higher. So if at 15 you should stay, it's at 16 they
So
have
really,
to
it's
stay.
like that first 2 cards. You really just need to
The
be
first
great.
2 cards you want it to be great. You want an ace and a queen and a king.
You don't want it to
and
be
you
tough,
win
a
automatically.
decision.
Ace and king automatically. That's an 11 and a 10, 21. There
And
you
now
go.
you win, bam. The
Automatic you win. Automatic. Whatever money you put down, you just doubled it. Automatic. And there's bonuses. So you put $25 down, you win that ace and a queen or ace and a 10 or ace and a king or whatever. That combination right off rip, you win, you get your money. If you were to put money in that bonus, this little half circle over here, a little smaller circle, there's like stipulations in there. And one is like, if you had the same suit, 2 hearts, so you had an ace of heart and a king of heart, then you get a double bonus. So now your 25, instead of it being 50, is now 100. Because you put, $10 in the bonus.
Okay.
So,
That's-
but if you, let's say it was a king of spades and a 10 of hearts, you lost the bonus money, but you doubled your winnings because you did get the 21. You just didn't hit the bonus. So it's easy.
Okay,
That's
okay.
it. Real easy. So based on things like that in the casino, some games they do have to tell you. I don't know how craps works. I would imagine they should have to tell you because
Yeah.
it looks so fucking difficult.
I think I'm gonna start getting into blackjack though, because that sounds like super fun. I see a lot of people
it's so
playing
easy.
blackjack.
Gribbles loves it.
Yeah.
Used to be addictive.
I see
Shout
Dana
out to
White
Gribbles.
fucking loves it.
Dana White loves it.
Huge. Taylor Lewan loves it.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I see a
It's
lot
an
of these
easy
people
game.
play it.
Easy game. You walk up. There's 5 seats. You can play more than one hand. So if it's empty, you can go. I want to play this hand and that hand. $10 here. $10 here. They'll give you 2 cards here. 2 cards here. All right. Well, I got. I'm gonna win this one. I'm not gonna win this one. Or I might win this one. Okay, so this one's good. Let me hit on this one.
That's what I would do.
All right. I had a 13. I just got an 8. Ooh, I got an 8.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I got lucky.
Yeah.
All right, 21 on
Yeah,
here.
give me that.
I got a 20 here. What'd you get? 19? Fuck yeah, I won both hands. You know what I
I would
mean?
do that.
Or you might push on one hand and you win the other one, or you might lose one and win one. You just never know. You could play all 5 if the table's
And you
empty.
can play just one.
Or you can play just
So that's
one.
cool. So
Yeah.
you don't need
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a bunch of people.
Yeah, you don't need. And most people don't like crowded tables, just like every other game. No one likes to get on a crowded roulette table. You want your space, your elbow space, and also people not staring at you. You like you said earlier, where you're
Hate
like,
that.
it's annoying. 1 or 2 people there, it's comfortable. You got somebody else to chit chat with if you feel like it, or bounce something off of. And you also feel like, or at least for me, I feel like if there's another person there, it's just more fair. It's like, all right, it's not just me and the dealer. It's like me, the dealer, another person.
I might have
It
to
should
start
be
doing
pretty
that
fair.
though a little bit more, is making trips to casinos, getting out there
every
on the
now and
weekend.
then. We like to go on when we go to Wings games. That's like because you're already down there.
You're already down there.
You're
yeah.
already down there. Chances are we might have even parked at one, depending on if we couldn't get the Harry's or not.
But that's
we
a money
park at
spending
MGM.
day.
Yeah, and yeah, you're like, all right, I got a $60 cap after the game. I usually make the stipulation of we have to win. I'm not going to gamble after I'm sad that we lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll be even more sad.
Yeah.
That's like drinking while you're sad. Like, don't do that. Like, you know, so you have to win. Like, there's stipulations, but we like to go downtown and have a good time. So I did get invited downtown Sunday to go to Bookies to watch the Lions game.
When do you leave for Spain?
Tuesday. Right after work, 6:30. Yep. So Tuesday, I'll drop my car off next door. Actually, I might have you take me to the airport if you're free.
Damn, so I got all this time to hit that simulator out, huh?
You can hit it while I'm gone. I don't give a fuck. For real.
Damn.
You know the code. So, and I can leave you with
I
the
already forgot
laptop
the
and
code,
stuff.
though, so you're going to have to text it to me.
Bitch,
I'm serious. Dude,
You're
there's
so
a lot of...
funny. It's the easiest code in the world.
No, I think I remember it.
Yeah.
I think
How about
remember
this?
it. I remember it.
Yeah, I'm not even going to say it.
Maybe. I might be like Cody.
You're so
Password.
funny. Either way. I'm mad my dad told me he was going to use it. I left my shit out there, and then he didn't use it.
Yeah, now your shit's
I wanted to tell you.
frozen.
So yesterday,
Frozen.
2 days ago, I go to play. I tell Justin at work, I say, hey, Justin, what state should I golf in tonight? And he goes, golf in Wisconsin. Golf Kohler. Kohler is one of the three with Whistling Straits right there on the water. Golf Kohler in Wisconsin. I go to look it up. Kohler's not there. Whistling Straits is there.
Whistling Straits was there?
Whistling Straits is there. So I'm like, fuck it. All right, I'll golf. Yeah, I'll golf Whistling Straits. 2 holes in, I'm like 9 over. I'm getting 8 up, dude. 8 up. I'm like, fuck this course. Quit that course.
Does the rough actually
Oh, it's bad. It's
thick?
rough. It's long. Even when I chose like a modest, 6,300, that's usually my upper echelon. I'll go as low as like 5,900 if I'm really trying to like tease myself and play an easier course. But 63 is usually like the top. And it was playing, I think, like 63. So I was like, all right, I just got to bomb it. All right, that's fine. I want to work on driver anyway. So if anything, it's motivating me to like hit the driver further. So I'm like, all right, I'll do that. First hole, I get like a quad. And I'm like, that was a rough start, but it's okay. Second hole, I'll be all right. Like second hole's a little bit shorter. I think it's like 380. I can do that. Got like a triple or a quad. I'm like, fuck this course. I play Shadow Creek out in Vegas. I shoot a 98, which is pretty good. Got my first birdie on the sim.
I seen that.
Played a hole. It was playing 106 down, like 106 downhill, like 20 yards. It's crazy, like one of those drop-off holes. And just hit a sand wedge. Hit it like 25 feet past the hole. And had a putt. I didn't think I would sink it, which is why I didn't record it. I thought I've wanted to.
I was like,
I've wanted to
why.
record my first birdie putt, and I've been recording the ones that I think I'm actually gonna probably make. So I have a catalog
so
of
funny.
10-foot putts that I missed, but I didn't record that one because it was 25 feet, and it was like a little bit bending each way, like a little left to start and then a little right at
Did
the
you
end.
go crazy?
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty pumped, but I was, I didn't record it, and I was like, fuck, dude, that's kind of annoying. So at the end of the round, I took the picture. It was the easiest handicap. I noticed that when I took the picture. I was like 18th handicap. I'm like, whatever, dude. I don't give a fuck. Birdie's a birdie.
Whatever.
So that was cool. And then yesterday, because the other courses beat me up so much, I Googled, what's the easiest course on GS Pro? And there was a Reddit forum that came up, and there were 2 courses. And I was like, all right, what's cool is I'll download this course, and this is the one I'll keep saved. Like, I delete all the courses after I save them because I don't want my laptop to slow down at all.
Yeah.
I want it to work as proficient as possible for as long as possible.
Yep.
So I play the course, I delete the course. I play the course, I delete the course. But there's one course I will keep saved, and it's the easiest, like one of the easiest courses on there. It's like Farm, I don't even know what it's called, Farmbrook something. I think it's in Illinois. Very easy course, pretty wide open, short, flat greens for the most part. And I shot a 91. I played great. But it was cool to like play a course and play well. I ripped driver the whole time. Most of the holes were about 350 to 375. So like
That's perfect.
So I was only like 160 in.
Yeah,
on holes.
that's what you need. That's a good.
So it was great.
It's a good one to have on there too for like if people who are like not so great at golf want to come in and they don't want to like get crazy with it. Like
exactly. They're like, hey, can we play the sim? But I don't really want to play like Pinehurst, or something like that.
Or
like,
instead of just pulling up a par 3 course, like no, here you actually get to play a course.
A real
it's just
course.
easy.
Yeah, it's just
I
an
know
easier
an easy
course.
one here.
Yep. So there's 2 that they named. The other one had the name Oak in it, so I was like, I'm gonna chill out on that one. I don't like trees. Yeah, so I went with the Farmbrook one, and it was a great course. We'll end up playing it one of these times when we're
I'll probably be over tomorrow.
Yeah.
Andy wants to come over too. He's like, tell Cody I'm your +1 next time you go over to hit the simulator
dude,
up. And I was like, dude, he wouldn't care at all.
Yeah,
I was like, just hit him up whenever you want to go over there. Anyways, I was like, you don't have to necessarily go with me.
Yep. I was like, I'll probably go. I was like, I might go over Friday. So he's like, all right.
Oh
yeah, he can come over, dude. That's fine with me. If anything, it makes it easier because then I'll have you 4 golfing, and I can kind of focus on like if I want to make dinner and stuff, and then when I want to jump in as a 5, like for 9 holes, I can do that, and I don't feel the pressure to like be the 4th.
Yeah.
So I always have to be there. Like I can't go make my fucking dinner, which obviously you've seen has happened numerous times already.
Yeah, you haven't been eating.
Numerous
Cody's
times
down
already.
15 pounds.
Not 15, but a couple for sure, like 7. So,
Fucking pants aren't fitting up.
Fuck you. So it was
Gotta
good to
wear
get that practice round in, and I'm glad that I'm gonna have that course to, when I'm feeling rattled or maybe I want to work on shots, but I don't want the fucking my feedback to show me 115. I wanted to show me 96 because I had a rough day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Then that's the course I'll hit. Like it was so great. I ripped driver the whole time, dude. I'm getting the driver under control. It's so great to get some
You need to start using
swings.
that face impact screen.
I do.
So you can see your driver, because your driver's low. You're not getting any height with it right now.
You're so right.
So you need to start using the face impact thing.
You know what's funny? You're right. I do hit a lot of my clubs, including my driver low. I was noticing it yesterday in the other rounds after you called it out. I finally realized it. And I was wondering if I need to fluctuate the settings because I have it set to like it's raised above the launch monitor, but maybe I have it set wrong. Like maybe 0.75 inches is too high. So when I hit a ball that's a medium height, it actually thinks it's lower because it thinks I'm hitting from higher. Like I
don't know, because like nobody else really has that problem.
That's what I was wondering that, but I have the face impact. That'll tell me everything.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That'll tell me everything.
Try that
That'll tell me my launch angle, where I'm hitting it on the face and everything. And you're right. And the real thing is I'll just have to figure out how to get the ball in the air a little bit more.
The apex up, bro.
It's interesting because I am so trash in the bunkers green side. I can hit out of a fairway bunker because I can just hit a regular iron. I can hit an 8-iron.
That just reminded me when Steve's like, bro, put me in bunkers all day today. I'll hit from them. It's easy to hit out of these things on a simulator.
Exactly. So but when you're a green side bunker and you're got to raise it 3 feet within 2 feet and get it up,
That's why I always I just go back here and I swing through hard. You just go here and swing through hard.
I need to do a practice round. I'm not at the point yet where I'm used to having the simulator, so I'll practice more. I'm still in the mode of like playing 18 holes.
Yeah, you're like, I want to have fun.
I've been practicing. I've been doing that test. I did another of those tests. I want to continue to do those to see how my yardage and numbers and how accurate I look. I'm going to do them, try if I can, at least once a week.
What's your driver saying right now?
Not good. Like, I'm embarrassed to say the number. Not good. We'll keep that number for later.
Well, hold on.
I'll tell you off.
What is it? And then we have to do the updated number. And
dude, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Give you 6 weeks.
Because I'm still doing that. Remember at the end of the year, I was doing that, like, it was coming down, the little slice down with my driver. I'm doing that. So my carry is only like 135 right now, which isn't good. That's not good. It's rolling out to like 155. But I got to get that number up. But
got to bump that number up, Cody.
But that's the 2 sessions. The second session, I was better. It was like a 160, 170. But between the 2, it jumped that much. So I'm getting used to it now. Like, I'm getting used to swinging the club. And I'm getting used to...
Dude, maybe you just need a higher tee, bro.
It could be that.
Like, so you feel like you're gonna like you need the feeling like that you can get under it, pop
and that
it up.
Could be it.
Because if you feel like that, now you can lift up on
lift it up and actually get
it up.
Exactly. Because there's times where I get the drive in the air every now and then for sure, but most of them, like you said, they're pretty low. They're running, and it's annoying because those shots on the simulator don't roll out like they do in real life. Like. It'll be
that's the thing with the simulators. You don't get the roll.
You don't get the roll. So even if you land in the fairway, you really don't. But if you like catch the rough and then get the fairway, like in real life, if you did that, it'd still roll like 20 yards.
Yeah.
There, it's like rough, fairway, like 2 or 3 yards, and then you're done, and that's it.
Puts a stop on.
You know what I mean? So it's not happening there. But I'm definitely gonna work on the drive. That's been going great. Not too many holes in my walls. But yeah, we're getting
we're gonna
better
get more
at-
videos fucking
the last
out there
thing
too.
is I'm getting better at remembering what my what's the word I'm looking for? As I'm going up to the ball, like the things I do.
Your routine.
My routine. Thank you. I'm sorry. Fuck, my brain wasn't working. My routine. I'm getting better at remembering what my routine was last year because I kind of forgot. You know, it's been
What?
months. Like my routine.
Mine is burned in my brain.
Of course, you've been golfing way
just
longer.
burned in
Like
it.
I know my routine as far as like how I do behind the ball, but like what I tell myself through the swing, I forgot. Like I thought it was chest towards the target, and it's not chest towards the target. That's what I tell myself before the swing and during my practice swing. What I tell myself as I swing is your hands need to go back to the point they're at right now where it's starting. Because
you're thinking about quite a bit.
yeah, I am.
On your swing.
Oh yeah. I mean, I try to only think about like 3 or 4 things like the whole time. Like, okay, finish your swing.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of you know, I'm doing like not the full swing. That's part of the
Keeping
chest
it
towards
low,
the target.
too. That's part of keeping it low.
That's part of the keeping it low. So that's why I tell myself chest towards the target to finish your swing. And then when I get over the ball, especially, I really only have to tell myself that with woods and driver, the hand thing. I don't have to tell myself with that irons. I mean, the iron swing is an iron swing for me. It's very easy now.
Yeah.
That one is natural now. But with drivers and woods, I have to tell myself, like, no matter what happens back here, your hands have to get back to this exact point because right now, the face is perfectly where it wants to be. This is how I want it to be at impact. So if your hands are right back where it wants to be right now, that means you're doing exactly what you need to be doing.
Yeah.
You
That's
know
a
what I
good
mean?
point. Yep.
So that's what I tell myself. No matter what happens back here, your hands have to be right back to here, no matter what. And it'll at least hit the face perfect.
Man, I can't think about all that.
I know.
It gives me a headache.
I bet. Your boy's gotta get like you, dude.
That's crazy.
I got 10 more seasons, and
That's
then
crazy,
you know,
dude.
on episode 645 of our
crazy.
podcast, I'll go. All right, Nick. I don't have to think about it anymore.
Oh, that's so funny.
So, yeah, I'm still on the stage. I gotta think about it, but it's great. We're learning. We're figuring out some things. I also looked up the driver thing. I broke my driver. That noise on the
That could
inside.
be the glue from the.
I was about to say it could be something on the inside that they can take out and like just fix. It might not actually be like full on broke. Like you could just.
My thing is, it's something like glue or something on the inside that got loose.
Oh, I'm sure. That's
the
what it is.
shaft.
It's part
Okay.
of. Yeah, it's part of it. That's just like loose in there that broke off. And I googled it and was
But
like,
who
okay,
knows? You might need a new driver.
Just I googled this performance change and anything with that, and they're like, no. All that happens is you get that rattling noise that's like really annoying, but performance shouldn't change. For the most part. And it doesn't seem like it is. I'm hitting it just as shitty as I was hitting it before, so I'm not hitting it any shittier. So
Yeah, I mean, dude.
I'm just gonna keep it going. If there's
You
a
could
sale
use a new
or something,
driver, another $600 on a new driver
no,
after all
I'm
this.
not doing
you
a
know.
new driver. If there's a sale
It's not
and
like
there's
you
a
just
2 or
spent
3
a
year
lot of
old,
money or anything
Yeah,
on a golf
I think
simulator.
someone, like,
you
gave
didn't
me that
even,
simulator, right?
Yeah, and you didn't spend so much
I didn't
money
drop
on this.
$16,000.
No, it wasn't so.
I hope it goes right back to my
it
savings
was like
account.
nothing, dude. Like you probably have that money back in your bank account right now.
I wish. Your boy is struggling.
Cody's a baller.
Not
You
really.
guys
No, just a little
got
bit.
real estate property he doesn't tell anybody about.
Yeah.
He's low key living. Dog.
Yeah, I'm partially
Living.
invested in Barstool Sports. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just fucking around.
Well, Cody,
This was
looks
great.
like we did an hour and almost half. Hour and
Oh.
28.
Look at us, almost 90 minutes. Oh, 89 minutes for our 89th episode.
Let's go. Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, literally. 89
Hell
minutes for our
yeah.
89th
That's
episode.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's like we meant to do it, but we didn't mean to do it.
Yep.
So, well, you guys don't have video, I don't think. Maybe
Yeah,
I'll try to
audio
splice
only.
something up. If video
We'll
does
get some
work,
content this
it'll be
weekend.
great. If not, I will be throwing out a video on YouTube. What's today's date?
18th?
18th. So I'll be throwing a video out probably tomorrow, January 19th, on our YouTube channel. Video is just going to be of me putting in the basement, 10-hole putts probably, or
Nice.
10-foot putts rather. There's a little twist to it, as always. But
Of course.
subscribe to the channel, do all that jazz.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you guys for listening to this podcast today.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it.
80.
We did a lot of rambling today. It was awesome.
Yeah, we did.
Just rambling on.
It was great.
You got our takes on a lot of things. You're really, you guys are really starting to figure out who we are as people. It's kind of fun.
So we appreciate you guys for listening, tuning in. Subscribe, do all that jazz.
Yeah,
Twitter,
thank you guys very much.
At 3 Pars and a Bird.
We love you.
Yep.
So
Don't forget
hard.
to use your one time. And we're on TikTok now.
One time.
Peace.